I always thought that cross-sea bridges were built directly from the bottom of the water. It wasn't until I actually saw the construction of a cross-sea bridge that I realized the process is not simple. Let's take the most typical suspension bridge as an example. A suspension bridge mainly consists of bridge towers, an anchorage system, main cables, suspender cables, and a bridge deck. But what many people don't know is that the most important part of a suspension bridge is never the bridge deck, but those two seemingly inconspicuous steel cables. When a car drives onto the bridge, the weight is not directly pressed onto the bridge towers. It will first be lifted by the suspender cables one by one, and then all transferred to the main cable above. Once the main cable is subjected to force, it will be like a bowstring pulled to its limit, stretched tight, dispersing the force to both sides simultaneously. At this time, the role of the bridge tower is actually just to hold the main cable in the air, preventing it from collapsing. What truly bears the huge pulling force is the anchorage system buried deep underground at both ends of the bridge. So how is this giant bridge built? The first step in building a bridge is never the bridge tower you see, but the underwater pier foundation. To build a foundation in deep water, there are three common methods: pile foundation, cofferdam, and caisson. Let's first look at the simplest pile foundation method. During construction, a hollow steel pipe is first driven into the seabed. The mud and sand inside are hollowed out, and then a steel reinforcement cage is inserted. Finally, it is filled with concrete. One pile is completed just like that. Drive a few more, and then connect their tops into a hole with concrete. A sturdy bridge pier is formed. This method is suitable for places where the water is not deep and the geology is stable. What if it's a deep water area? Smart as you are, you will definitely think of enclosing a piece of dry land in the sea first. The engineer's approach is to first use pieces of steel sheet piles to enclose a large circle in the sea. These steel plates are not just inserted casually, but must be driven deep into the seabed. The purpose is to keep the seawater out. When the steel sheet piles are connected end to end, a temporary steel wall appears. This method is called the cofferdam method. Once the cofferdam is enclosed, the next step is to pump out the water. Theoretically, as long as the water inside is pumped dry, construction can be done on the seabed. However, there are gaps between the steel plates. Water will constantly seep in, and it can never be completely pumped out. So the engineers simply build another layer of cofferdam inside. The outer circle blocks the seawater, and the inner circle blocks the seepage water. The interlayer in the middle is directly filled with concrete. Once the concrete solidifies, all the gaps are completely sealed. However, when the water in the cofferdam is pumped out, the huge water pressure will desperately squeeze the cofferdam inward. Without support, the cofferdam will collapse inward in an instant. Therefore, before pumping water, engineers must first install multiple layers of steel support frames inside the cofferdam, just like supporting the skeleton of a wall, firmly resisting the external water pressure. Even so, water will still seep up from underground. As long as the bottom is not sealed, the water in the cofferdam can never be pumped dry. So, smart as you are, you directly pour a whole layer of concrete at the bottom, completely isolating the groundwater outside. At this point, you finally get a truly dry and safe construction area. Then the workers first use steel bars to build the skeleton of the bridge pier, and then seal the formwork on the outside. Finally, pour the concrete all at once. Wait for the concrete to completely solidify, and a real submarine bridge pier is born. Subsequently, the cofferdam above the sea surface will be completely dismantled. Otherwise, it will be in the way and affect the landscape. However, the cofferdam method also has its limits. Generally speaking, if the water depth exceeds 12 meters, the cost and risk will rise sharply. What if the water is deeper? Smart as you are, you simply change your way of thinking. Don't build bridge piers in the sea directly, but prefabricate the entire bridge pier on land in advance. The interior is made into a hollow structure, firstly to reduce weight, and secondly to facilitate transportation. When everything is completed, use a tugboat to tow it to the designated position. Then slowly sink it, landing accurately on the seabed. Finally, fill all the hollow parts. A super large submarine foundation is completed. This method is called the caisson method. When the underwater foundation is completed, the construction of the bridge tower officially begins. At this time, the construction area is no longer underwater. The process is similar to land construction. Once the tower is built, the next step is to erect the main cable. It determines the success or failure of the suspension bridge. From a distance, the main cable looks as thin as a thread. But when you get closer, you will find that its diameter can be thicker than a person. It is not a single steel rope, but is composed of tens of thousands of thin steel wires. During construction, workers will first pull a temporary cableway, allowing transport vehicles to shuttle back and forth, sending the steel wires over one by one, and then pulling them back. This needs to be repeated tens of thousands of times, until all the steel wires are tightly compressed and bundled, forming a main cable that can truly bear a weight of tens of thousands of tons. This process is called cable spinning. One main cable often takes several months. The saddle at the top of the tower is the final placement position of the main cable. When the main cables and suspender cables are all installed, the bridge deck begins to be spliced. But the bridge deck cannot be installed casually. It must start from the bridge tower position and